Seinfeld is the worst.
Okay, we're starting off good here.
I can't remember. It's called Twitch. Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Oh, it's the Peter and Deb show.
One. And
The mic.
there should be sound now.
Is there sound now? If there's sound now... Yes! That is the correct sign. This is the sign for sorry.
Yeah,
I need to teach all of y'all.
And I forgot that channel 1 was the stream channel, so...
Okay, well, what you missed was... nothing, really. I expressed my disdain for Seinfeld, and then we made an inside joke. Since last time we finished the first Nancy Drew, we are following it up with the second Nancy Drew game from Her Interactive. And, I have already played this game. In fact, there are only 2 games now that I have not replayed on my own.
This game was designed to run on a screen with at least 640 by 480 screen resolution. If your monitor is set to a lower resolution, the game screens will not look right, or if your resolution is set to fine, the game will seem to take up too little area on the desktop.
It's gonna look bad no matter what, so just press next.
That is fascinating.
People are so ugly in this game. They are now...
Oh,
we have entered...
earbuds.
I knew there was something missing. I don't suppose I could have you run and grab them. I know when we can do those. So the history for interactive... The game is loud compared to us. Oh, that's not good. I'll let him know when he comes back, and we'll try to get the sound leveling fixed. He says that the game
Deb's
is loud.
purse is the color of like retro-futuristic stuff. Like it's that light blue color.
Because I have everything in here. It was great when our uncle was like, okay, well, let's play a game. Do you have this in your purse? I'm like, yep, this, and then something else. And then he's like, how about a pair of scissors? And I'm like, believe it or not. And I whip them out and he's just like, oh my gosh. Okay. Dang it. Don't you hate it when you listen to specifically a country song and it gets stuck in your head? But you didn't like it the first time you heard it. But now your brain is just like, and now, encore. No, but we're about to play Stay Tuned for Danger. This is the song that does not... Well, thank... Bleep you!
It just goes on and on, my friend. What?
Her I can't touch. You're right here. Do I look threatening?
Go ahead. Touch me.
No! We are, what, 5 minutes into this? Let's scale it back. I don't know how much more I can take. But no, it is loud. It is very loud. It is crazy loud.
Crazy. What?
I can't say my usual threats because someone might see this and think that I'm actually serious. But you do need to stop.
It's time to stop! That's one of my favorite memes.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't hang out
The
with-
guy holding the giant clock. And... It's time to stop!
You're very weird.
E.
Someone would have a lot of fun making an out-of-context video of you two. Yeah, you know, even in context, a lot of this isn't looking great. Anyway, back to the game. So, since I've already played these before, I have a notebook full of notes that I took while playing them. And I skipped to Stay Tuned for Danger because I did not replay them in order.
You're celebrating your 70th birthday next month? Oh, you are so
Neon?
sassy. But that's what I love about you. Right, I forgot.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh god.
What is wrong with that? But I flip to this page and the first thing I see is that I wrote in giant letters across the page, boring. So I have a good feeling about this game.
Dear Bess, you'll never guess who I'm visiting in New York. Maddie Jensen, your favorite soap star from Light of Our Love.
Oh no.
Maddie is renting Aunt Eloise's apartment in New York.
Soap
And
opera.
after hearing about my
Yes.
last case, Secrets Can Kill, Maddie called to invite me up here. According to Maddie, Rick Arlen is getting death threats, but he won't go to the police. So she wants me to do some investigation work. Can you imagine anyone not liking Rick Arlen, daytime's cutest hunk?
Oh,
I have a sneaking suspicion, though,
Nancy.
that there's more to this case than meets the eye. Call you later, Nancy.
Nancy!
I was going to say, I'm sure they didn't have. Maybe she forgot to sign off on it, and so they grabbed a sound file from somewhere else. But what context could she have been like, Nancy, get your bleeping head in the game? Like, it was aggressive.
Holy fuck it.
Come on in, Nancy. The door's open.
Oh, Aunt Eloise is loaded, and she has a passport and $100 bills hidden away. Like, there's something wrong with this lady.
Nancy, while you were out, Ned called. He asked me to tell you to call him the first chance you get. By the way, he sounds cute. Maddie.
Yeah, this is the game where we can't avoid calling people, and then they trap you in never-ending conversations. And they aren't interesting, and you just have to suffer. Just like in life.
Hello?
Guess who?
Nancy.
No.
First you leave me to visit your aunt in Florida, and now you're in New York. By the time you get back to River Heights, I'll be an old man.
Factual.
That's okay.
I
still love you. I'll hurry back to you, but first I've got
I
another case to
literally don't care.
solve.
If
Oh,
you
I'll hurry
this
choose
is less cringe.
you
But
choose
first,
how you want
I've
to
got
flirt with
another
Ned.
case to solve.
This is less cringe.
So, Hannah told me about the investigation you're working on. Sounds neat, but kind of dangerous. Anything I can help you out with?
It's not dangerous for me. I mean, he's the one who's gonna die if I mess up.
Well, I'm getting along so far.
I'm getting along.
Look at
so
all the
far.
options we're given in this
I'll
game.
let you get back to your sleuthing. Be careful. I love you.
I'm lukewarm about you, to be honest. Look at things. By the way, this is Pixel Search the game. It's really rubbish.
Good thing we're not going into this with predetermined notions.
That's right. Sorry. Open mind, empty brain. We're back.
Open mind, empty brain.
Yes.
Welcome to New York, Nancy. I'm really glad you could come out here on such short notice.
Man, you look freaky. Is that one of the options?
I think it looks fine.
No.
I'm happy to help in any way I can. Aunt Eloise told me that someone on the set is getting death threats.
Well, for the past month, my co-star Rick Arlen has been getting these awful death threats. At first, we all shrugged it off. You get the occasional odd letter in this business. But then they started to get weird.
Weird?
Weird?
They're totally bizarre. Not only did he get letters, but somebody sent him a box of poisoned chocolates, a broken watch, and then there's that whole thing with the teleprompter.
I think one of these is more concerning than the others.
I think one of these is far less concerning. Someone sent him a broken watch. I can't think of a worse fate to befall someone. I mean,
Tell me
I
about
felt
the letters.
terrorized.
Well, the first ones had the letters cut out of magazines, you know, like on a ransom note. They were all signed by someone named B.T. Kaiser. Somehow the news leaked out and the press totally jumped on them. Then they started getting ugly and twisted.
Also, she sounds more like a teenager than the teenagers in the other games. In the other game.
Don't think about I forgot.
Did Rick go to the
B.T.
police?
Kaiser.
No, and that's the problem. No one is taking any of this seriously. Especially
Me
Rick.
included.
He thinks
Oh.
nothing will ever hurt him.
Someone sent him poison chocolates?
Rick's a
So
major joke.
poisonous
His
snake.
fans and friends are always sending him boxes of candy. But these chocolates were so nasty, Rick spit them out. I've never seen Rick say no to chocolate before.
He has a real problem.
Nancy,
We're
I'm running
scheduling
late.
an
I need to get to the
intervention.
studio. Hey, why don't you come over and visit? I'll leave a visitor's pass for you at the security desk. Oh, before I forget, here's a copy of the house keys. I'm always losing my keys, so I've got plenty of copies.
And I have
I'll write
3
the
deadbolts
studio's
that he'll
address
have
on
to
your map.
unlock.
Just catch a taxi cab outside and show them the map.
It's normal.
They'll know how to get there.
Oh my gosh, did she just explain to Nancy how taxis work?
Roy, I was
Okay,
hoping
no.
to find you here. I've been making myself right at home, love. I see you found my personal diary. Well, yeah, defensively. You left it out on the table for all the world to see. What was I supposed to do? Well, you could have shown a little respect for my privacy and left it alone. You know better than that. Your business is my business, babe.
I don't know what's worse. That, or the fact that Naomi felt the need to share that real ransom notes aren't written like that unless the person sending it is very close to the victim. To which I'm going, why do you know this? Look, photo albums of...
Is that her with Einstein?
Nah, his hair isn't weird enough. But I am wondering why there's just a random portrait of like 2 women from what, Victorian England? Like, watch all the history snobs freak out. It's not Victorian. It's clearly Edwardian. I don't know the difference.
Edwardian?
It's another style.
Manhattan Television Guide. Will Celeste ever forgive Alex? What to expect
If you
from
read
TV's
everything
hottest
in
couple.
this,
Yeah,
I
shut
promise you that you will lose your mind. There is so much in here that is just the best of the worst of.
up. The best of the worst of.
Yeah, it's... I can't say that they did a bad job representing American trash TV.
dang. 23rd Annual Daytime Soap Opera Gala.
Okay. That was it.
Maddie, I am writing this letter because you never call me. You can't be that busy not to phone your poor mother, can you? I saw your photo on Soap Opera Journal. It's cursive. At the store. You'd think that my own daughter would at least send me a copy. I was devastated to see that your picture is so much smaller than Rick's. Oh gosh.
What's great is that they
What
were standing
makes-
side by side. They just made her stand like way in the back.
What makes him more important than you? Darling, you must remember that you are the real star
That's how real people write letters.
of that show. And it's about time that we show the world that you are number one. I will not I will not allow you to ever play second fiddle to that man. Without your talent, he'd be nothing. Remember that, and remember the prom? Prism? Prism? Prism?
Person.
Who paid for all your acting lessons for all those years. In
Yeah,
my defense,
yeah, it's the
this
mom.
is low resolution.
If there's any more cursive, just let me know and we'll switch places.
Yeah, okay.
It's locked.
That isn't it.
It's locked.
It's locked.
There's more.
Not there.
Really? There isn't? You know this because you didn't look at anything? Also, there's more. You can't just flick your wrist across the screen and go, whoops, I guess that's it. In this game, you cannot
Rose
finish.
is thought of love divine, oh be thou my Valentine.
The thing is that in this game, you really can't.
Dearest Maddie, my love, my one and only mi amore, you are the sparkle in my eye, the song in my heart, the woman of my dreams. When I hear your soft voice fill the air, it sounds like a chorus of angels.
I think we could skip this. In Love, Rick.
Okay. So they're a soap opera couple who loves each other in real life?
Isn't that cute? Or something?
Dear Rick, there is...
It crossed out the deer.
Yeah.
It's always a good sign.
There is so much that I want to tell you and confide in you, but I am afraid of where this would lead. I am truly in love with you, but how can I be sure that you feel the same way? I think we both know the answer, but I think you refuse to admit it. You refuse to admit that you are truly in love with me, and I think that makes you afraid. Afraid of the commitment this would mean. Why must you continue playing the part of the confirmed bachelor, constantly looking for another date? We both know you're not happy with this part, but you still play it. You still play the incurable romantic when all you really want is a lifetime of love. I am ready for this commitment.
Dora, 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 the Explorer. Can you tell what emotion
November
Matty
13th.
is feeling? What emotion is Matty
Lust.
feeling? Try again. What is Rick like? How does he treat people?
Oh, what the- there's an eye.
Dora.
There's an eye.
Cute.
And when you press the V, the eye disappears. What is this?
A calendar.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know, it's a calendar. Don't know what to tell you, man. There is very little in this game that's important.
I need something to make this
Well,
work.
they were fixated on TVs, weren't they?
They were like, TVs are dope, but remote controls are doper. You can watch trashy reality TV if you want. I mean, not reality TV. I don't even know what the soap
Shatter.
opera.
Oh my gosh. That's the stuff. That's profile. Like, oh my gosh. Like, most of these are profile picture material.
It's horrific.
It's horrifying. That is the stuff of nightmares.
It is one of
The
the
last days for Rory Danner.
Rory.
Rory.
Just imagine you're Scooby-Doo.
Rory.
Ruh-roh. Anyway. You know that song, Nothing Else Matters? This dared to ask, what if nothing mattered?
You lied to me.
What?
I need something to make this
You
work.
can't watch
No,
TV.
you don't have something to make it work.
I have a remote.
No. TVs need VCR. Oh, you don't want to do that.
Oh, shoot. Day?
Yep. So, Nancy just killed an entire day by walking through the living room.
Did we? Does it matter?
Nothing matters in this game.
Worldwide broadcasting.
Taxi!
Where can I take you today, miss?
1999 Broadway.
Where can I take you today, miss?
Don't worry, everyone else in the game talks like a human being.
WWB.
Warner Brothers. Star. I love that, like, somehow they missed
my gosh.
this. Like, someone just sat in their lobby and cut the letters out of the magazines and sent him death threats. And they were just like, yeah, I mean...
Nancy doesn't even acknowledge it.
No. She's just like, I'd do it too. I haven't even met the man yet, and I'm
Oh
like,
my
yeah.
gosh, like it's all of them.
Yeah. They just walked around the lobby. I assume they didn't sit and do it. They just walked around with a pair of scissors, cutting things out of stuff. I also love the two faces.
Can I help you?
Oh, gracious.
Yes, Maddie Jensen left a visitor's pass for me. It should be listed under Nancy Drew.
I love that he's saying like
Yeah.
Superman.
You'll need to sign for it.
Sign
You
for
need
it.
to come to this
He is
desk every
fast.
time you enter so I can log you in.
He is not Superman, he is Pudgy.
How dare you fat shame him?
I
Have a nice day.
honestly didn't mean that to do that.
If you walk out, you will have to sign back in. Do
I don't
not
care who
walk
he
out.
is. No one breaks a contract with Bill Pappas. I'll kill him before he runs out on me.
And we have a new suspect! No one walks out on me, my name Bill Pappas being. This is how normal people talk!
Maddie Jensen!
Hit the door.
It's open.
Huh, what?
You're doing well.
Hey, Nancy. Glad you could make it.
Is that the
We'll be shooting
exact
soon,
same
so I only have a
chair
couple
in
of
her-
minutes to
that's in
chat.
her house?
Look, you gotta be comfortable, and if that means taking a living room chair on a taxi to and from work
Can
every
you tell me why
day.
someone would want to send these threats to Rick?
He's
But no, I don't think
talented,
it's this.
handsome, and rich. Some people would hate him just for that.
Emphasis on
But
handsome.
Rick wouldn't hurt a fly. I have no
No,
idea
I think
why
her
someone's
emphasis
trying to
was on
scare him with
rich.
these
I think we
threats.
know her.
So how long have you been a couple?
You mean
I don't
off-screen or
care.
on-screen? You see, Rick and I dated when we were with the touring company for Romeo and Juliet.
But then we almost died. It was a whole scene. Literally.
Do you think an old flame of yours could be motivated by jealousy to do this to Rick?
Actually, Rick and I are no longer dating. But come to think of it, I do know someone who could be jealous enough of Rick to do something like this.
Gosh, look
Yuri
at how
Danner,
her
Rick's twin
eyes
brother.
are twitching.
I'm sorry, Nancy. It's been a running joke around here. You see, Rick's character has an evil twin, Yuri, and everyone's been saying that it's him who's causing all this trouble. But seriously, I have no idea who could
That
be
felt
behind
natural.
It did.
this. Oh, look at the time. I've got to get
We
to
all
makeup.
think that it could be
Hey, why don't you come down to the set in a few minutes?
whatever,
I'm shooting a scene with
and
Rick.
that's the
In the meantime,
name
make
of
yourself
his
at home.
evil twin on the show. Ha 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 ha. But he does not actually exist, and Rick is going to be murdered. So, you know, we have fun. It's just fun here. 3 clowns injured.
Elephants trample peanut vendor.
Now we're getting to the real stories. That's a shoe.
WWD down after rumor of Lul cast changes. What's up and down? Ebenezer, Embezzler escapes Rio de
No,
Janeiro.
Ebenezer escapes.
Ebenezer. I said Ebenezer.
Ebenezer escapes to Rio.
Shut up.
Macheri.
Voici
Voici
symbole
de mon amour, mon vous,
Forcever
paus, etus,
etsi
angle,
unge
and par
envoyé
les sail,
par
pour
les seal
mon encourager.
encourager pour me donner le courage. Je vous
Ami
et je vous
embrasse
embrasse
très
très
fortement.
fortement.
Okay, now let's try to crack the code since neither of us.
I don't even know what mancherie means.
I leave for 1 minute to grab food, and the world goes insane. That was the most German sounding French I've ever heard. Anyway, like, I think it's my love or my dear. Voici. I should know what that means, but I don't know French. Voice.
What does un mean?
That's one of their articles.
A symbol.
Of my love for you. You are a probably angel, because this sounds cheesy as heck.
Envoy.
Employee, maybe? I don't know. Of the something for my encourage? I don't know. For one of Santa's reindeer. The courage. I don't know French. I thought that je was I, but vous is you. I you love, and I you embarrass very much. I'm going to assume. I don't know. I don't speak French.
Okay.
That is going to be the most interesting thing we do in this room, but you will have to look at everything. Don't read the script.
I'm reading the script.
Please don't read the script.
Well, good evening. I never expected you to darken my door. I want to talk to you about Rory. I know. You know what? You know that yellow-bellied poor excuse of a man doesn't deserve your love, Serena. Wait, is Yuri a dude?
I would assume so.
Yuri sounds like a girl's name, but okay.
No, I think that it's
doesn't
a...
deserve your love, Serena. Is that what you know? I don't know. Of course you don't. But don't worry your pretty little head about Rory. He'll get what he deserves, and I can tell you, my love, it isn't Serena Livingstone.
It's Serena Deadingstone.
Oh, that'd be perfect for like Okay.
This game is so boring.
Oh man. I mean, at least there's a murder in the first one, right? You didn't notice, but that's okay. There was something unusual there. It doesn't matter. But
Nothing highlighted.
No, but you can look and...
Ooh, lipstick was used on something hard. I regret how I said that.
There's some weird life choices going on in here. Yuri sounds like 100 miles of bad road, too.
100 miles of bad road, too? What?
Honestly, I think that she's making a judgment call about his character. However, I was not listening to anything that you were saying. I was just sort of willing my spirit to leave my body.
By the way, isn't Yuri a girl's name?
I don't think so. I don't know any girls named Yuri.
Like, I don't in real life either, but I feel like I've run into a fictional character named Yuri that was a girl.
The more you say it, the more I think Yuri Urishima, but I have no idea what show that's from. So, she says it's both a boy's name and a girl's name.
A picture, a word
At least I'm
search.
assuming that's what she meant when she said it's both. Oh, word searches are such a waste of time.
I'm assuming we don't have to do the word search.
We're going to pray. Just in general.
Holly Fresh.
Holly needs a date.
Better get fresh. Anyway. Oof.
They're vitamins. They're like 50 bottles of perfume and 1 bottle of vitamins. Somebody's dying in here. Or masking the scent of dead bodies, so... Maddie, don't leave the room. You haven't looked at everything in the room. This is preparation, by the way. This is the easy room to pixel search. We're coming up on the horror.
Worldwide Broadcasting, Inc. Dear Maddie, I'm writing to tell you that I'm a big fan of the show, favorite character, watching it last year, recently, article, big competition, being an actress competitive to you. I know how busy
Blah,
you are,
blah.
I hope you write back, blah blah blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Blah. There we go. Now we have a puzzle to do. Oh wait, not yet.
Rick's cell phone.
Hold this.
Just gonna write that down?
Don't. What are the last 4 numbers?
5427.
Wow, I didn't write that down the first time. What are all the numbers?
212 555 5427.
And that's Rick's cell?
E.
By the way, there are a billion phone numbers in here. None of them matter. Like, I think you have to call them. Or maybe you don't. My memory is hazy of this game because I got stuck because I didn't pixel search enough in one room. It's quite maddening. Did you look at everything?
Yes.
Did you see everything?
Yes.
Because you didn't.
Yes, I did.
There should be... Look up there again.
Okay, I didn't look at this.
So did you look at everything?
Yes. CW. Oh no.
This just took a very dark turn.
Or MJ. Oh,
I also like that you haven't noticed.
And fill the eyes with blindness. I love how they didn't even try to make this look like it was actually engraved. Fill the eyes with blindness, a mask of sweet sincerity, a cloak of loving kindness, meant of ways, the heart to trust, meant to sway the heart to trust.
But there's a puzzle in here, and I don't know where it is or how you missed it.
Obviously not.
Well, you know what?
Aside from this screen, I've been meticulous. Oh my gosh. I bet you can't tell who's not the real person.
The tall dude.
No one's that tall.
Tall people don't exist.
Oh, actually, speaking of tall people, I was walking in Walmart one day,
That is weird.
and like, I jumped back because I was walking down and I thought this person was a giant cardboard cutout for some reason, and they moved. I have no clue why I thought they were a cardboard cutout. But it startled me so much. I don't think they noticed, but
Check again.
check where?
This place that you know,
Turn.
Gully. the place that you thoroughly checked.
This?
Yes,
No,
because
I literally, Deb.
you literally Deb.
I literally looked at everything. I think you're
Literally.
misremembering. How?
Boom!
What?
In your face! I told you. Oh, you can't
How
read
the
cursive.
heck?
Or wait, is this cursive or can you do this?
How do I turn them?
You have to click on the corner. No, hunt. Like,
Oh, that's...
badly designed. Yes, it is. Turn everything the right way first and then you can solve the puzzle. It's early her interactive. We forgive them here. But when they continue to do this throughout all the other games, we become less forgiving. Yeah. It's not one of my favorite games, but how are you feeling about it so far?
I'm liking it so far.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's just what I'd expect a tall person to say. Noisy little sucker, isn't it? Are you done yet? Yumi's heckling us. She already sees where the pieces are supposed to go.
Yeah, good for you. I don't think those two match up, so I'm gonna go with that. And
It's funny, you have the volume loud enough that I really don't need to put it in my ear. I can just sort of drape the earbud, like, near my ear.
Yeah, okay.
I just wanted to point that out. Arrgh. It's really bad that when we play this game, every time there's a lull, the song Nothing Else Matters pops into my head. Like, I did this with the last game too. I won't sing it. I won't inflict that on
Oh
you.
wait, that's not an edge piece. What?
You're an edge. Hmm?
Ooh. Okay. Sorry, Toth.
Toth.
Tis. Turk. That. Sorry that. It. Hoth. No.
Oh, Star Wars.
Is. Can.
Do the easy things. Don't necessarily do it in order. Like, look at the bottom. And EVE.
Even.
Do you think it's even?
And even. Yeah. Or every.
Or
Everk, Evoth, Evis, Evan, none of these fit.
Third row.
Everything. That?
And what do you think is the second to the last piece?
This? Together. Together.
See? Scan.
Yeah.
For- I'm doing
No!
it, Dad!
Oh, wait, no. H. Disgust. I'm looking for dis.
You're looking for D. You have an S. It isn't DISSCUSS.
It's D-I-S.
Yes, and there's already an S.
Yeah,
So you're
I'm
looking for
D.
D-I.
Yeah, D-I.
You're like, yeah, in my revisionist history, that's what I said the first time.
Is that supposed to be D-I?
Yeah, Naomi sees it.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is on this line. As is this. Sorry that we both. Sorry that it his? That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
But I think these two go together. We both.
Maybe look at the bottom line. Maybe something on the bottom line belongs on the top
Oh my
line.
gosh. That has.
Wath. Sorry that it has to wath. Sorry that it has to wane on.
Sorry that it has to.
I saw in big bold
Bark?
letters everything, and I'm like, what is she talking about? But it's because you're trying to figure out what EVE could be, and I look down centuries later, and I just see everything. She also just said work out.
Work out litigation.
Work out.
Like
This.
this.
Okay, very good. Trust
me on
this. Mind an is.
This.
We both.
No.
Yes. What needs to be done and
Drastic that it is.
No, don't you mess up disgust.
Oh.
Put that back, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Drastic
That isn't in the right spot.
to see that it is finished as we discussed. Okay. Sorry that has to work out like this, but there's no choice at the moment. We must trust me on this. We both know what needs to be done, and I am taking steps, however drastic, to see that it is finished as we discussed. I just need your support. When all this blows over and everything calms down, we can be together.
I've heard that before. This is how humans interact. It's super accurate. I can't find anywhere to put this stupid microphone. It's too heavy.
Talent X.
You're not that talented. Don't leave. I didn't mean that as a sick burn, but more as a I don't want us to have to go through the fuss and bother of going back into the building.
Oh my gosh.
Somehow there's nothing in this world worse than signing into this. Okay, let's go knock on Rick's door.
It's so weird that you don't turn around, you just literally walk backwards.
Yes, why didn't you knock on Rick's door?
I did.
Oh, okay.
There was no answer.
I wasn't paying attention.
It's too late to apologize.
I know.
It's too late.
It's too late.
Proper
Ow.
Oh!
It's open!
Yeah,
I remember this place.
it's the worst.
Hello there. Oh, are you a visitor? According to the policy's memo dated July 14th, 1954, no one is permitted in the property.
Oh, my arm. Ow.
You may want to talk to the director, Lillian Weiss, if you want to become permitted.
really hurts.
She likes to do all of the hiring around here. Good day, my dear.
Oh, I didn't catch any of that.
Oh, me neither. I took my earbuds out. They're hurting my ears.
Oh. Well.
Don't worry, nothing important happens.
You're terrible.
And yet you ask me to play with you. Oh, Nancy flew in! I love when
Yes, Miss
Nancy
White.
does that.
We're clear to shoot.
Have we blocked
Natalie
this
flew
already?
up, Natalie flew down.
Yes, I think.
Quiet on the set.
Is the floor ready?
Check.
Audio.
Check.
Roll tape.
I also
Stand by
like to be
camera one.
backlit
Stand by music.
Take camera 1.
when I'm watching
I have
things
to talk to you.
I don't
in
want to see
my
you,
cool
Serena.
sound controlled.
No,
Boom.
Rory, don't go. I love you.
I don't
They're
want to
such
see
good
you, Serena.
actors. That wasn't as good.
Sheesh! What was that? I could have been killed. Get my agent on the phone now.
Oh my gosh.
Clear him out.
You need
everybody.
acting lessons, my dude. You almost
I
died
need to
and
give
I still didn't
SFM
believe.
animators more credit.
Don't know what that is. Sounds
Source
very weird.
filmmaker.
Okay, there are a bunch of things to look at.
Violin.
Violin, yep, that's one. Yes, she is human and a robot.
Though this would be late 90s, so we should cut them some slack.
I will cut nothing. I have no scissors. Whoa, a clock!
I should set the clock. I should set the clock.
I was trying to hear through this,
Microphone.
I should set the clock.
maybe. There's no excuse for the dialogue. Yeah, for sure.
Well, her and Directive would have still been like a very small company at this point.
Wait, you can go in here? I said, indicating how important it is that you can go in there? No, I'm joking, but like, I'm not joking. I can't believe you can go in there. Like, you can't, but you can like, step forward and stare. No.
Your time is running out, Rick Arlen. You'd better kiss your career and your life goodbye because the end is near.
That's how real murderers write. I demand realism. I don't actually. Like, I make jokes, but it's because, like, it's cheesy and I don't like the premise. Not because I'd like a dark, gritty remake of it in case the CW is watching.
Oh,
Okay, from there,
gosh.
what can you
CW
look
is
at?
terrible.
Yeah, but Netflix is trying to be bad too, so at least they have competition now in who can ruin the most things from our childhood. CW is winning.
They had a head
But
start.
They did have a head start, but you know, who
The
knows?
wheel is
Maybe
stuck.
maybe Netflix will pull it together and
Warning, authorized WWE personnel only. Catwalk ladder must remain locked in the up position when not in use according to WWE policy code. All non-compliant personnel will be automatically terminated without service and severance and escorted off the
you're
premises.
barely on camera.
Yeah.
You're like they're not watching.
I need to
for
find the
me.
key for
They're
this.
watching for this amazing gameplay.
Yeah.
At least the CW engages the emotions. Netflix originals are more often boring. Are more often than not just boring.
I've watched some good Netflix Netflix originals.
Netflix originals.
Netflix can intentionally make something good.
They will cancel it almost immediately, but they have made
The
some good
CW
things.
can't.
Yeah,
I
no,
fully
the CW
believe
is
that anything
completely
good that they've made is completely out of accident or out of like some saint just deciding that they were going to spearhead actually writing something competently for a short
Whoever
period of time.
did the casting for The Flash is a stinking superhero. Because the casting was perfect.
Oh yeah, the casting.
The
They
writing.
they can do casting. They just can't do writing. At least for no more than one season.
Or directing. I think that the reason that what's his face is my favorite actor in that is because I think he can just direct himself.
Oh yeah. There are actors who can overcome bad directing.
Yeah.
Dang it, what is his name? Harrison Wells, whatever
Yes.
his actor's name is.
Yes.
Vacuum door.
Yeah, and everything turns
override.
into a weird romantic thing. Yeah. No, but see, and the only reason I mention Netflix even is because I'm currently mad at them because like how dare they take something fun and bubbly and turn it into the next Riverdale. Oh look, it's
May
her.
I help you? Yes, hi. I'm a friend of Maddie's, and I'm...
Her hair looks
Do
better
I
except
look
when
like a
she moves
tour
her head.
guide? Look,
I like
the
that
set's
gravity doesn't
closed to
exist.
visitors. I need to take your pass away. But if it's any consolation, I'll be more than happy to show you the door.
She did show us the door.
Wait, my pass got taken away.
Yeah, that happens. I don't think she liked you.
Yeah. No, really? Oh my gosh. I need to test the speed on this on the CD drive.
You think it's doing drugs?
What kind of studio are you running here? My client could have been killed.
I told you I'd get to the bottom of this. I've already closed the set to visitors.
Matty.
It's open. Oh, Nancy, this is horrible. There's no way that could have been an accident. I think it's another attempt to get
agree.
Rick. The timing's just too weird. All of these threats, and now he's almost killed on stage. I'm too upset to deal with this. I gotta get out of here. I need some space. We'll talk later.
Notice that she was upset that he
Okay.
was almost killed on stage. Knock knock.
Entrez-vous.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. If you thought that talking to Daryl was bad,
Gorgeous. Where have you been all my life?
come on, Peter, start flirting with Rick.
Well, for a guy who just barely escaped a terrible accident, you're in an incredibly good mood.
Of course I am. I was lucky. If you're gonna be in an accident, that's the best way to be. Don't you agree? But then I've always been a lucky guy. I just met you, Miss Drew.
Is
This
it
is
lucky
gross.
to receive death threats and poison chocolates?
Poison chocolates? Oh dear,
I
Maddie's
do
really
not
gone over
know
the top with this.
what you are
They were just a
referencing.
bad batch, that's all. Look, if you dare me, I'll eat one. But if we're gonna play that
I can't
game,
imagine how that would
I'd
be
prefer another dare.
interesting.
So, how about it, Nancy?
Her counterpoint
Okay.
for Netflix being the worst is, but with Netflix you know something's wrong when they manage to make smuggling a dog out of a Middle Eastern police state boring. And I'm like, I'm sorry,
That's
with that kind
weirdly
of
specific.
premise. What's the show about? Smuggling a dog out of a country.
Okay.
It's high stakes puppers,
Admit
man.
it.
I
You find
almost
me irresistible, don't you, Nancy?
I almost asked, how do you make that interesting?
Yeah, like I didn't almost ask. That's flat out my thing. I don't know how Like, I don't know. Maybe it's based on a true story that was interesting, but
That would make it even worse.
maybe there's something special about the dog. Like, I think it would be more interesting trying to smuggle, like, people out of, like, a
Irresistible is
crime-ridden...
not exactly the word I'd use to
Like,
describe you,
that
Rick.
could be interesting,
Oh, you're
but
no fun.
unless this is, like, some animated, like,
You know, my house
like
is your
that
house.
American Tail
Feel
thing.
free to
with the
examine the
mice.
evidence, Miss Drew, while I go off the wardrobe.
Anyway,
Have a
I can't
chocolate while
stand
you're at
Rick.
it.
I'm paying attention.
Stay beautiful.
See, if I listen to it, I'm the murderer. Except I won't mess with the camera. Joking.
MDS
Moose.
MO Mods Dyer Deer
Dirk? Like,
I'm
it
gonna
doesn't
guess
matter.
it's a different language. How do I loathe thee? Let me count the ways. I loathe thee to the depths and breadth of and height. My soul can reach, I want you out of sight. For the ends of vanity and ideal conceit, I loathe thee to the level of every day's most quiet need. By sun and candle flame, I loathe thee freely as you strive for fame. I loathe thee purely as you cannot turn from praise. I loathe thee with the passion put to use in old griefs, and with my childhood's faith. I loathe thee with a hate I seemed to lose with my better dates. I loathe thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life, and if it comes to path, I shall only love thee well after your death.
I feel like this is when Michael Scott in The Office stole a poem from Shel Silverstein and was just like, here's a poem for kids, and then the last rhyme is, I love you, Helene. Remember that when he was dating Pam's mom? Anyway,
Okay. Dead Roses.
death poetry only gets you so far.
Death poetry.
So, it has been brought up in the comments section. Do you
Scared.
think he could be doing this to himself for the publicity?
Scared you, didn't I? Good, because this was just a dress rehearsal. Only my revenge is truly sweet, Rick Arlen, so prepare for your long and bitter end.
Knowing
Okay,
who the villain is
The problem...
wrecks it, because I'm sitting here going, this is sort of weird that the person wrote all of this.
Okay, so the problem is that I remember the gender of the culprit. And so far, we have only run into 2 people of that gender. It's me, your faithful fanatic, or am I now a lunatic? That's what you called me yesterday with your little group of followers. It's just one big joke to you, isn't it? Yes, Rick, it's a joke. And I'll be happy to deliver the punchline right in your face. Rick, your time is running out.
The funny thing is that we've only met 2 boys and 2 girls, so yeah, like, there aren't a lot of suspects in this.
No, we've met 3 girls.
Oh yeah,
The
Lillian.
director, the old lady, and...
The old lady
the-
doesn't count.
Dear Mr. Arlen, I want to write you and tell you how much of a big fan of your impending doom, that is.
Oh, does
I
it say
can't
that?
wait until that... Yeah, fan of your
Oh
impending
my gosh,
doom.
this is so embarrassing. Just click away.
A fanatic.
The writing is so bad in this. It's unforgivable.
You're unforgivable.
Yes, I am.
Hey, publicity stunts.
Is that just the alphabet? It's just the alphabet.
Is this a cipher? Weird. Rick, there's no escaping my wrath. Okay.
That sounds good. Oh look, the broken watch! The scary... Your time is running out. That's the last straw. That's the worst thing we've seen so far. Forget murder. How dare you break the glass on a watch?
It's not even made of glass.
How do you know? Were you there?
It's plastic.
Do you think that all of them are?
I think that most of them are.
You come
unless
at
it's
this
like a really old watch.
with what knowledge? How does he do it?
Knowledge of having
P.S. What a terrible...
Is there anything important in here? Tracking your every move.
She agrees that it looks like a cheap watch, so it's probably plastic.
Leave lights of our
BT Kaiser. Yeah.
Kaiser?
Yeah, this was signed BT Kaiser.
Ah.
I like that he just leaves them around his dressing room. He's like, I like constant reminders that somebody hates me out there. Makes me feel alive. I don't know what to tell you.
If you're a certain kind of like person, it's like, oh look, people want me dead. I'm so popular.
We're gonna leave that one alone. Just a giant
mega stick.
So it's good to know that he has a major problem with BO. That's the real takeaway from this.
So is that really it?
That's it.
Do we just go back to the apartment?
I mean, you could try the prop room.
No.
No?
No, because she won't let us in. Oh.
I need something to make this work.
Wait, the door handle is missing.
That's one way to lock a door. Look, they didn't give me a key, but I do have a screwdriver. One way or another, no one's entering this room without me present. WB. Industrial P.
Oh. Wait, am I locked in?
No.
I go out the talent exit?
Why is the door closed?
I'm guessing because it's nighttime.
Is it?
Hey, taxi! Where to, lady?
Time doesn't pass in this. Oh wait, this is one of the watch games.
Where to, lady? You aren't listening. Also, it's nighttime.
It's locked.
See, you're here to tell me. Maddie isn't
No, I
there.
thought that was fire. Like, bad fire.
All fire is good fire?
Do we just sleep?
It's nighttime. Do we just sleep?
Well, do we?
What is sleep?
Do we?
I know not the sleepness.
Do we?
I mean, you gotta do something now.
Hi, Nancy. I'm sorry for skipping out on you like that. I guess I'm not a very good hostess. It's just that this whole thing with Rick really shook me up.
I just ran into Lillian, and she
Yeah,
kicked me out of the
just.
studio.
Like a
Yeah,
couple
Lillian's
hours
pretty
ago.
cranky these days. Wait a minute. I've got an idea on how you can get back into the studio. You know, Agent could get you a job as an extra so you could get on the set. You don't have to do anything. They just need to have people standing by.
Wow. It is just all about who you know.
That sounds great, but what should I say if they ask about you and me?
Just tell them you're an aspiring actress who I've taken under my wing. I'll give Dwayne a call first thing tomorrow. Just stop
I'm
by
not
there in the
vain.
morning. I'll tell him you're an old family friend who's decided to try out acting as a career.
Dwayne! Another Dwayne!
Wait, what? Really? Dwayne.
Dwayne. But this time, instead of being Dwayne, the cool guy with a cool job who found a body and is very popular, it's Dwayne the talent agent.
Thanks, Maddie. Well, I'm
He's
sure you
not
got
very
to rehearse
popular.
for tomorrow.
Yeah, I should get back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Actually, wait, is that the same name? Are we literally just playing a... Could they... Was their budget so small that they couldn't think of another male name?
We were
No,
a poor
Daryl.
family. We could only afford one name.
Okay. No, it was Daryl.
Do I call someone?
I don't care.
What was that line?
Hey, gorgeous, where have you been all my life?
The cell phone number.
You want to call Rick?
Sure.
1212 555 5427.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check
So
the number
apparently
and
that
dial
was
again.
nothing.
This is a recording.
Interesting.
Is that a new message?
Well, you were
Oh,
out net
no.
told.
Okay. Well, go.
Go to the place, but
Yep.
we can't get in the place.
Were you listening to what she said?
Oh, we have to
Taxi?
go to
Yeah,
Dwayne.
what's the address?
318 West 10th Street, please.
You got it.
We go, we become talent, and then they
We
let us
become
in.
talent.
We become talent.
Okay, Dwayne.
Did she disappear? Where did she go? I don't know who you're talking about. I disappeared, but
Dwayne.
I think that she just like teleported to work.
Dwayne.
You're not gonna find it, and that's not how you get in.
What? Why?
Because her interactive decided. No, but that is how you get in. I mean... Do you want me to tell you the answer, or do you want to fail a few times?
Logically, he should be. Oh, I'm trouble.
We don't want any. We don't want any. Not today, thank you.
This is why I don't trust these buildings, by the way. Did you look at all of the buttons, really?
Yes.
You looked at 2 rows out of 3.
None of the ones on the other line were clickable. Oh, Power's talent.
Go away. Don't you understand?
Mr. Powers, Maddie Jensen sent me to see you about a job.
Please stop!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this isn't a fun part of the game. I don't have my ears in for a reason.
I was looking for Dwayne.
Dwayne. Are you trying out to be Jim?
Or, sorry, Dwight.
Dwight. No, turn around. Turn around. Every now and then I get... Turn around.
Then just exit. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
What do you mean?
Stop! Why won't you go down the stairs? What is wrong with you? Why do you just go, no? I don't like stairs. Scary.
Stairs.
I am a purebred
I'm sorry,
greyhound.
what? Come in.
I don't want to listen to his voice.
I apologize for my abrupt greeting.
Oh my
you
gosh,
must
it's
understand
the same
that if
face
I
as
opened my
Rick.
door to every struggling actor in
It's
this
the
town,
same face
I'd
as
never
Rick,
be able to
but
get my
with
work
brown
done.
hair. Do you see that? That's
Sorry,
Rick's face.
Rick? Who? Like Rick in town, or?
Dude, In the game,
His
the
name
main
is Rick?
character,
Okay.
whose name is Rick, the man who we have been talking about his impending death for like
I
an
don't remember
hour.
his name.
It's the same. Naomi, back me up here. It's the same face, right? Like, I'm not crazy. We can't
I'm a
listen
friend
to
of
him.
Mary
He's
Jensen.
crazy.
She told me you might be able to get me
You
a
get to
job
be
as
the
an extra on
deciding
Live or
vote.
Alive.
Is this the same face?
Yes.
Or
Maddie just called me. You're Nancy Drew, am I correct? Maddie spoke highly of your abilities, and I am more than happy to give a young actor a chance, if I can. Normally I don't do this, but seeing that you're a friend of Maddie's, I could pull some strings for you. You see, Worldwide uses me almost
they
exclusively
all
for
look like
hiring their
plastic
talent.
putty.
Not
Yes,
only did
they
I
do.
provide them with Maddie Jensen, but Rick Arlen as well.
Oh, right there.
You're Rick Arlen's agent?
Yes, I was. But I must confess that the man has no talent. Were it not for his good looks and charm, he'd never have gotten to where he is now. You see, Rick foolishly believes acting is a status symbol, not an art form. He's a ladder climber who'll use anyone to crawl his way to
I
the
wonder
top.
if he's the bad
A
guy.
ladder he's sure to fall from
Oh,
one
what
of
did
these
he
days.
say? Did he just say
Well,
I'm the
Nancy,
bad guy?
you must be anxious to start this assignment. I'll call right now and have
Pretty
a pass waiting
much.
for you at the reception desk.
What did he say? Like, I don't
Please
care,
excuse
but
me, I must get back to work.
no, I'm kidding.
You
I'm-
can't not
Please call me
listen.
for any other needs you
It,
may
it
have.
hurts my ears. I will. Okay, well, he stopped.
I'm sorry, do I go? I wasn't listening at the end because I was bothered chastising you for not listening.
Look, only one of us can ditz out at a time, and I claim all of today. So,
Taxi!
Where can I take you today, miss?
if you miss
What
something,
about thank you today? What can I thank you?
this is how people end up on Ask an American. They're like, hey, I played a video game and he sounded kind of funny. Is that how everyone sounds over there?
Hi.
Like in
I've been
Florida?
hired as an extra by the Powers Agency.
Here you are. You'll need to sign for it.
You
You
need
need
to
to
sign
close
for
desk
it.
every time you enter so I can log you in. Thank you and good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Prop room, prop room.
Ah. What?
So why represent him?
It's open!
I'm not representing anyone.
I think the
Yes, my dear.
I think the implication is that he said he's not. He said he was. I was his agent.
Ah.
Rick dropped him, and it's like the most cliche, like, thing in the
I'm
book.
sure that her interactive has way too much artistic integrity to fall into such dated
Hi.
cliches.
How can I enter the prop
So let's
room?
enter this with an open
I
mind.
see. Well, I don't just let anyone enter my prop room without
What is
showing
wrong with her
them
eyebrows?
they're clever enough to take on the responsibility. Listen to my riddle, and when you know the correct answer,
Oh my gosh.
win. When you look at my
They're like,
face,
how do we
it's easy
animate
to
an old
see.
lady's face?
You're looking at
Just
you when
imagine
you're
her
looking
mouth
at
was
me.
like
What
one of
am
those
I?
puppets.
A mirror?
Oh, that was pretty easy. Let's try another one. Soft as a petal that falls from a tree. The more I dry, the wetter I'll be. What am I?
There are a couple valid answers. There are. I don't know which one they want.
Soft as a petal that falls from a tree. The more I. Oh, a towel.
Very good.
See, I was thinking
Let's
sponge.
See who can answer one more. I run all day and
Sponges
never
aren't
walk.
soft.
I tell you something, but I do not talk. What am I?
Sponges are soft.
No. They're crusty.
Okay, if they're like 15 years old and dry. Anyway, could you please write down the
What?
Write
I'm
down the
working
answer.
it down. I'm working it out. Holy cat stub.
She just said kill me
run-
now, and like, there's no context.
I run all
But you
day
are
and-
loved.
I run all day and never walk. I tell you something, but I do not talk. A clock.
Oh, she just screamed clock.
I can stump many people with my riddles.
You were talking!
Quite the sleuth. You may
'cause I'm
go
not a
into
clock.
the prop room now, while I go and unpowder my nose.
Oh, unpowder her
COVID.
nose.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sometimes you just gotta scream COVID, I guess.
Because she
This
sneezed
room,
at us.
this
She
room,
went, achoo.
as is polite. This room, if you do not carefully pixel search every bleeping thing. No, I'm telling you, I pixel search. This is the room I warned you about. That I missed 2 items and I scan everything.
Yeah, no, I actually do remember
Okay.
that being a problem.
You gotta say more. Because every time I look down, all I see is kill me, clock.
Kill me, clock. Kill me, clock.
Blarney or something, whatever. I don't
Blarney
know.
something.
Spider.
Oh, Egyptian eye thing. What?
I mean,
Like the Eye of Horus or something like that? The
It's
key
pronounced
to a
horse.
mystery is revealed by the wise when the bell sounds its toll and the moon makes its rise. Okay.
that's the dumbest hint to try to help us with
If
that.
I
Don't
click
go
this-
out the door.
If I click this, will I see
Don't
the
go
thing,
out the door.
Or...
I think you will go out the door. So
Okay.
click on that last. Boat.
Ew. Boat.
Hey, you get to play toddler game.
Yeah! Oh.
Ha! Oh, I think you're supposed to read it or something.
Yeah.
There you go, that works. Nope, did that wrong.
What?
This is one of those puzzles where it isn't hard, it just takes time.
Yeah, you say it's not hard, and then that's like insulting my intelligence as a kid.
I'm not saying that it's not hard for little kids. There's a
I would've
reason that
been,
it's
like,
sold
8.
to like 3-year-olds. Okay.
I would have been like 8.
You're missing something.
Yeah, shut up! What? Oh, do I have to read this?
I don't remember, let me see. When you get clock plays earth block. We can just cheat when we get to that point.
Okay, because that is not English.
Well, I mean, it's bad graphics on an old computer screen, so.
I could really go for some hot dogs and noodles right now.
Turn. There you go. I think this is one of the things I forgot.
Ooh, that is E. Do I have
She
to
just
play
wrote
this
my
tune?
sympathies, and again, I'm not looking.
Do I have to play this tune?
I don't know, let me see. I don't know, click it. CAGE. A, B, right. Yeah, A, B, A, D. See, I thought it's, so the first line says cage, but A, B, A, D. A, B, A. A bad. Cage, a bad. E, D, D. A bad egg. A, C, E. A bad egg, ace. The fluff is that supposed to be? Cage, a bad egg, ace.
Oh, is it like old-timey slang?
It's something.
Hey!
That would have been one of the things I probably missed. Look, it's Nancy Drew! The crosswalk! That's
that's
cute. See, there's a reason that people, like, hardcore loved Her Interactive. It's...
Even when their games weren't terribly good, they still had some soul to them.
Because they showed that they loved the source material that they took it from. Because instead of just taking the name, and then you missed something. And then...
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you clicked on the brown thing. That has glowed red every time your cursor's gone over it. I don't know why you keep arguing with me.
Well, it's just portraits.
See, but I don't remember what's important in here. But I can see when your cursor glows red twice.
Okay.
You can stop being right now. This is honestly just Her Interactive showing off their mighty zoom-in powers. But like, they do these little nods to the original, and instead of being like dismissive of the original material, like they're too good for it, like with the live action Kim Possible, where she's like, I don't wear that old outfit anymore. Wearing the same thing all the time feels kind of cartoony, and we're supposed to go, ha ha, it's funny because cartoons are garbage, I guess.
Is this important?
Discovered, found, death, threats, lost.
Tree.
Trying to figure out what 4 down is. Use caution. Use caution?
Be leery.
Are you being serious? Is that a word?
No.
Oh. Be very... Use caution.
I'm gonna guess this isn't important.
Probably not.
Oh, do we have to set that other clock to this time?
No.
Oh.
We're supposed to magically figure it out. I cheated.
Okay.
I mean, there's probably a clue somewhere if I'm being super honest, but I don't know.
Bagpipes! Why did they
Wait, is there something you're supposed to take off the bagpipes?
No.
Okay, I'm going to be absent from reading the... Blah, 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 blah. Here, hold this.
Oh, I'm so sorry for whacking the microphone. Proprum Rogbrook. Oof.
What's this called again?
Oh my gosh.
What's the game called again?
Stay tuned for danger. Are these numbers important?
Maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know, click on them, see if it does anything.
Oh my gosh. She just keeps closing the book.
So like Nancy.
Well, this elevator music is playing. Prop room, missing items, fake beard and mustache, spirit guru adhesive, maracas, one pair, 3D glasses, alarm clock, hacksaw, letter opener, tape recorder. See Pat Ug's email about this.
Oh, check what's written in the glue.
Check what's written in the glue?
Because the translated, because we're not gonna sit here and solve a cipher, right?
Not this cipher, I don't
the
feel like
cipher
it.
says, many pages come in the logbook, but nothing comes after this unless it's written on the glue.
Written on the glue? The heck does that mean? Unless it's written on the glue?
The typewriter drops its Y.
Ooh, the typewriter drops its Y. That's gonna be important. Fillion suffers from amnesia. Rory, Danner, poison. Yeah. Oh, spider.
Oh no, wait, go back to the book. Open it.
Yeah, it takes a while.
No. What part of the book?
Wait, what? Oh my gosh.
Okay, so does it say
Millie WWB14?
What?
Oh, that could be a 9. 1958.
Yeah, I wrote down 9, but okay.
It looks a little too angular.
It would have been something that I would have cheated to find, because obviously I was never going to find that. But this is what I was meaning when I said that it's unfair in this run.
Well, what the heck does the glue talk about?
Because it's glued down.
Why would she leave a cipher?
Yeah, the typewriter bit is a good clue.
Yeah.
Oh, can you read that again so I can hear it? No, I can't actually. It just said, look for the thing that's written under the glue. No, written in the glue. And it meant for us to click on one specific part of the notebook that didn't look specifically interesting. And if I was 12 again?
Her interactive skateboard. That's kind of cute.
That is cute. I think they used to hide a coffee cup in every game for a while. Locked. It's locked. It's a letter.
It's the mail, it never fails.
Doesn't
it makes
matter.
me want to wag my tail. When it comes, it makes me wail. Mail. That's a either an old computer or a kid's computer. Like
Why not both? I think we found everything in here.
But you're always so pedantic about me searching everything.
Is it pedantic? Is that the word we're going with?
Yes.
Can I get a little pedantic right now? Okay, so when you use the word pedantic...
Yeah, well, shut up. Worldwide Broadcasting Prop Rooms Policy Memo. What?
People who read the copyright notice are the worst.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. Should we talk to the angry lady?
If you want.
I see Maddie's friend is now working as an extra for us. So, are you trying to get discovered, or are you just hard up for a job?
Harsh. But fair.
Oh gosh, I don't like either of these.
I'm working with Dwayne Powers' agency. I heard he's a really good agent.
Oh, please. Don't get your hopes up too high. It's not like you're working for commercial artists or Edison Talent. We use Dwayne whenever we need someone right away. Usually extras or gophers. If we really need talent, we call someone else.
Someone else.
Well, I'll let you get back to your business.
Gee, thanks. Goodbye.
I like her
such a
hair.
big smile.
At least she doesn't end conversations in a weird tone, you know what I mean? Like, did you murder Jake? No, how dare you?
Okay, bye.
It's open. Hi, Nancy. Glad to see Dwayne could get you a job as an extra. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next Serena Livingston.
Deddingston.
As if. I'm lucky if I can remember my stage left from my stage right. Dwayne was very helpful. I can't believe he got me a part, just like that.
Dwayne's a great guy. He gave me a chance when no one in this town would even give me the time of day.
It was getting hard. Like, I needed to be at places at a specific time. There are no clocks. Have you noticed that?
I don't think Dwayne likes Rick very much.
Actually, the feeling's mutual. Dwayne was Rick's agent and helped him get the part of Rory Danner. But later on, Rick ditched him to go with a larger agency. I guess to help him get out of his contract here.
Well, I'll see you later, Maddie.
Bye, Nancy.
You take up so little of the camera. Your head is just this tiny little thing in the bottom corner of the camera. I take up more space than you. God
Yeah,
dang,
I mean-
why does it keep doing that?
What?
It keeps blocking. I want to see the chat big.
You want to see the chat big.
No, but do you see what it does? It eats up a third of my screen with this notification letting me know that I'm watching what I'm watching.
Yeah, I don't really use the Twitch app very often, so...
It's really bad.
I mean, yeah, but... Okay, so
Oh,
we
dang
have
it.
an old-fashioned oil can.
Oh, there we go.
We have the
Okay.
hour hand.
I'm going to go MIA from the comments again. Because ain't nobody got time.
Well, apparently the hour hand magically makes it able to chime.
And also makes it chime as though it's a robot clock.
I should set the clock.
Yeah, okay, Nancy.
I should set the clock.
Why don't you do that then?
I should set the clock.
You don't have a key to set the clock.
Oh, like it actually acknowledges that?
Well, I mean, don't be impressed because you don't need a key to set a clock. those 2 holes, one of those holes is for winding and the other one is for chimes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, like, no, the game is wrong, but I almost guarantee you that her interactive doesn't know how clocks work.
What else can we do, though?
Go to Lillian's Hall. No, wait. No. I'm wrong.
This is awfully epic music.
Go
for
back to the
nothing
apartments.
happening.
Look at the chair next to the phone.
Look at the
This
chair
is
next
one
to
of
the
those.
phone.
See, I don't feel bad about cheating in this game because you have to do everything in such a.
7226 Lexington
Oh, man.
Avenue, please. On my way.
You have to do everything in
So
such
what
an
racial
exact
stereotype
order.
is that?
Her interactive underpaid
locked.
employee, I'm assuming. I wonder how you can fix a locked door. Look
I
at the chair.
actually, honest to goodness, don't know. But anyway. Oh!
What do you
I
know?
see. Tiny little detail. Miss Nancy Drew. Nancy, I hope you're enjoying your trip to New York. Find this tape of interest in your case. With love, Hannah. Oh, what was that about fetching?
Yeah, we do have an advantage when it comes to old-fashioned clocks. Fetching? What? We dealing with dogs now?
I
Peter,
need something
remember,
to make
we
this
need
work.
something to make that work. And we need something to make that work.
We're here on the set at Worldwide Broadcasting Studios.
Broadcasting.
So heartthrob Rick Arlen. The studios are abuzz with talk that you may be heading for a career
is
in
still
film.
Image.
Will Danner be killed off the show?
Rory is a character who is dear to my heart. I never put him in a life-threatening situation. I'll leave that to the writers.
Let me
Well,
do a
how
Rick
could
Arlen
anyone in their
impression.
right mind leave such a gorgeous co-star,
No, the
Maddie
hands, the hands.
Jensen? Is it true
Oh, that's
that
right.
your on-stage love affair has led to an off-stage romance?
Only my hairdresser knows for sure.
Weren't you seen with that actress Greta Von Kamloops at Cannes earlier this year? Any chance you may be starring in a film with her in the near future?
Oh no, not while I'm with the WWB network.
Our sources say that you've been a victim of a stalker. Is that true?
Well, yes, in a sense. I feel like I'm being watched at every moment, and always at the same time. Weekdays from 2 to 3 on Channel 13.
Oh, Rick.
Oh, Rick!
Oh, it's embarrassing. But at least they finally got some realistic movement. We need something to make this game work.
Okay, now what?
Go to bed.
Really?
Make it night.
Make it night.
Make
Make
it
it
as
night.
dark
Make
as
it
my
night.
heart.
Make it night. Okay.
Look at the package.
Again?
Isn't it neat? Package can't dance. Okay, no, that's fine.
You know, for a young lad, he's quite fetching.
Hannah needs to get out more, but yeah. Go to...
Broadcasting?
Sure, why not? Like, who cares?
Taxi!
What can I take you today, miss?
1999 Broadway, please.
Like, I know the combination to get in. I don't know if we figured it out in the game.
No.
Go around to the side door.
Side door. Oh, side door.
Side door.
Side door.
I don't know where we were supposed to find it out, but the password, don't ask me how I know this, is 3689.
How are we supposed to figure it out?
Well, I guess we weren't supposed to know it yet. Let me not cheat. Verify.
It doesn't let us die.
Oh, because we haven't died yet.
What?
It's locked.
The revolving door is locked?
Oh, daytime. Sorry, daytime.
Daytime.
Hey, taxi! Where to, lady? 7226 Lexington
And
Avenue,
then go to
please.
Rick's.
On my way.
Maybe.
It's locked.
Oh gosh. Was that really unnecessary?
What was? I didn't.
Having the door locked so every time you have to get your keys.
But isn't it so excitingly realistic to be hassled every time? So I don't think that's the same chair.
Yeah, no, that's not the same chair.
So disappointingly, she does not bring her chair with her to work. I mean, I know I would.
It could be the
Taxi!
same model.
Where can I take you today, miss?
1999 Broadway, please.
This was a popular year for that chair.
No, like the same 3D model.
Sign in.
Okay.
Every now and
Can I help you?
again.
Hello, here's my pass.
I was so confused
Hello,
because
Ms.
I was
Drew.
looking at this, but I
Thank
was
you. You
hearing
may
you talk
proceed.
to him.
Okay, so now what?
Once we do Rick's room, then I think I'm done for the night.
Okay. That's fine. I'm kind of tired myself.
It is late.
Hello?
Ooh.
Bum, bum.
I'm sorry, what's... Oh, Rick. Play me. Oh no.
Don't try to run away. I told you right. When you get my first warning, somewhere in this room is an explosive device that will blow your body to smithereens. Maybe don't hide your debut out there with it.
Okay, I caught none of that.
We may be in trouble. Did you ever pick up the screwdriver from...
Wait, there's a screwdriver?
Yeah, we missed something.
Somewhere in this room is an explosive device that will blow your body to
There was a
smithereens.
screwdriver in one of the rooms.
Don't hide your debut out there with it.
The workbench in the studio.
Studio?
So, the bomb is going to have to wait. We're in trouble. Second chance. Don't
Oh, I
click
hope
play.
okay.
Go to the studio. Yeah, it would be scary if we could understand it, but I mean, there is some fear of the unknown, right? Like, you listen to it and you go, oh no, he might be saying something really mean.
Oh, I see. I missed this corner.
Check the rest of it
See,
just in
see,
case.
says the blind man to the deaf man over the telephone.
He's sticking his wooden leg up and let's see if it was one. Childhood flashback.
Oh, what the?
Turn around.
Hello?
It's really weird to watch you on this little screen.
Okay. Garble voice.
Don't try to run away.
Do you have the wire cutter?
When you get my first warning,
There's a wire cutter too?
somewhere in this room is an explosive device that will blow your body to smithereens. Maybe don't hide your debut out there with it.
Could be in here, isn't it? No.
I don't know how to do find.
There'll be an ellipsis.
Yes.
And there should be a find in page option.
There's not.
Well, then you're using the wrong thing.
You know what? Maybe you're using the wrong thing.
Ooh, 3D glasses! The Hamptons, me and my gal. Is his suit his gal?
I don't know how to help you. But you do need wire cutters.
Oh, is it in the tape machine?
Wait, no, go back. Go back. Go back. Stop. Check the top of the fridge. No, okay. I'm at a weird angle. I don't know where we're supposed to find. Ugh, I need a real computer.
You can use my Surface.
I need a real computer.
Okay. I've checked everywhere. The audio resets every time. Oh, is it in here?
The wire cutters are under the map. Do you remember when I told you to look at the map?
Yeah.
It's in the prop room. It's under the map.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me.
Or was it potato to the map?
Oh, yeah, see, this game has the iconic Her Interactive Nancy Drew theme.
It's open! Hello, young lady.
It must be wonderful to work with Rick Arlen.
Yes.
Is he really that exciting in real life as he is on stage?
Who? Rick Arlen? I never heard of him. You don't mean Rory Danner, do you, dear? He is a no-good, good-for-nothing, do-nothing, if you ask me. Oh, he's been a troublemaker ever since he's got here. What that man needs is a good swift kick and a you-know-what. Causing poor Serena all that grief with his scampering around.
I should get back to the set.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So it needs to be nighttime, I'm assuming, for me
No,
to...
because you can't get in here when it's night. You can't get into the building when it's night.
Yeah, so how do we rectify that?
We don't. We messed up.
Well,
I don't know. Check what time it is.
10:30.
It's possible that if we just wait in here long enough, she might leave. Actually, if it's 10:30 p.m., she might be gone. So you can try again.
I don't know, the daytime theme is playing.
But the door to go outside is closed, isn't it?
No.
Oh. That's... That is a bummer.
So how do we get the code to get inside at night?
It's gonna happen after
I
we
need
deal with the
something to
bomb.
make this work.
Oh.
We're literally stuck.
Unless... Time is moving. It is now 10:45.
Nothing vocal is going to happen between now and when we finish, so I'm just gonna roll this up.
Okie dokie. Donuts. Spaghetti. think it's 11 o'clock. Door's still open. Can we talk to the girl?
Those donuts look uncooked. I'm stealing the microphone and rest.
It's open. Have you found anything out yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I should get back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
I am a disembodied voice.
Ooh. Still only 11. In the morning.
So we could be here for a while.
Yeah.
So far, how are you liking the game?
I think it's alright. I think it's more fun than the other one.
Your elbow is in the shot more than you are.
Yeah, and you aren't in the shot at all.
On purpose.
Yeah.
So who do you think did it?
Well, I remember the gender of the dude, of the culprit. What?
Okay.
So I think it's the talent agency dude.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's bad blood there and everything.
Yeah. You gonna sing the Taylor Swift song now?
Da 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 da, bad blood. Da 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 da, bad blood. Da 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 da, bad blood. Da 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 da, bad blood.
Yeah! I verify that is accurate. that is how the song goes. Oh man. Naomi feels that would be a serious overreaction for getting dumped as an agent.
Yeah.
And that's the moment where he goes, I'm not just his agent, I am his father. Just pull a full on Star Wars. I birthed this man.
Oh gosh.
What time is it in the game?
Party time. Dun, 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 dun.
What I love is that none of that was right. It's a dance from a different movie.
Oh,
I don't know what the tune was. Also,
it's 11:45.
11:45, huh?
Uh-huh.
11:45.
What?
He's a seahorse? I don't understand.
I'm a little seahorse, tall and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout.
You aren't in the frame at all now.
I can be even less in the frame.
I don't understand what he is a seahorse means. I don't understand. Oh, because I said he birthed a man. Yes, Dwayne Powers is a seahorse.
Male seahorses don't birth. They just hold the young in their pouch.
You know what? I really don't care. There's some things that I will look up, and then there are other things where I'm like, you know what? Not even I care enough. I heard the most ominous noise from the bottom of this chair.
It was one of the hard drives on my computer spinning.
No, it was the underneath of the chair preparing for a revolution. I heard it again. It's whispering to me.
Bad blood.
You realize that this is the worst stream ever, right? Nobody's visible on the camera, and nothing's happening visually on the
Well,
screen.
I'm trying to think.
Can you think
to
better
of
off
what
camera?
To make the, what?
You think better off camera?
Yeah, sure. I mean, don't you?
No, my back just hurts so much I had to take some pressure off of it. Joint problems that my doctor doesn't care about.
Dancing.
Dance, monkey, dance!
Dance, monkey, dance!
Yes, this is the entertainment. Come on, woo, go, go. Naomi is saying keep going. Dance harder.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna.
And now it's a western.
I'm gonna make myself pass out. I was just gonna pass out. Whew. Ooh, golly gosh.
Oh, that's a good belly laugh. Your lamp is disgusting.
Yeah, well, I haven't cleaned it since I installed it. Which was like
I'm dying
several
just
years
looking
ago.
at it. Naomi loved it. She was like, yes. I am
not yet.
I am a reliable narrator here.
It is 12:30 a.m. I mean p.m.
I just realized I hold all the power. You have no idea what the chat is saying. The chat says whatever I say it says.
You're laughing so hard the veins in your forehead are bulging out.
I should not have this much power. Oh man.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So this is a Borak.
This is the worst.
I can do this.
Now do hand puppets.
I never learned how to do hand puppets.
Oh man.
What? What did you guys drink? Actually, I have a bottle of wine I've been meaning to finish for a few months.
Oh, it has been too long since I have laughed.
Oh gosh, that sounds sad. Oh, that's so sad.
Oh man. Okay, show them the rest of your toys.
Gosh. Okay. So, a little bit of a tour here. I think that guy's name is Krika or something like that. I forget. I have Vakama Metru just sitting over there, and I have the only Bionicle I own from the reboot of the series hanging out over there. I have a Vaki hanging on the door over there, and the Green Glatorian. I legit don't remember his name in the slightest. On the wall. Oh, up there, hanging by the USB power cord for one of my VR base stations, I have Lewa. Lewa, not Mystica. Fantoka. And the Matoran of light that's on his back. I have a ponytail.
Don't get me started again, I'm already weeping. Oh man.
Oh! I have Cosmic Osmo in the worlds beyond the mackerel. Got a pretty good price for this on eBay. It is only 1:15 in game.
Oh my gosh.
Time moves so slowly.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a song Roger Whittaker covered.
Time moves so slowly in this video game.
Yeah, those exact words. Weirdly enough, in like the 1950s. She wants to know, is that a ripoff of Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure, or is it unrelated?
It's completely unrelated.
Okay. The grantor of wisdom of what is being said in the chat has decided to play nice.
I also have Cosmic Osmos Hex Isle.
What the bleep is...
What?
What kind of nonsense... What did you say?
Cosmic Osmos Hex Isle. From the makers of Myst.
None of that works together. What?
Cosmic Osmos Hex Isle.
No matter how many times you say that, it does not sound correct to me.
Yeah, Cosmic Osmo,
I keep hearing Cosmic Cosmo.
Yeah. It's, in my opinion, the only pre-Myst, Cyan game that's worth checking out. Like, it's a pretty fun experience.
Anything that has the word hex in it, I immediately assume is going to be needlessly complicated and boring.
That game was made during the time that Cyan, like, were almost bankrupt.
Ah.
It's a simple
just like
puzzle
all of
game.
her, just like all of her interactive games. Oh man.
It's almost 2.
It's the story of a lovely lady.
I almost feel like it would have been faster to restart the game.
I'm so tired.
When does this place close?
You know, why not you check the prop room? Maybe she takes a lunch break.
Ooh.
At the very least, it'll mean the screen will change and it'll look like we're doing something.
Man, this CD drive
Maybe talk to Lillian if...
is clanking like crazy.
Talk to Lillian? Can you talk to Lillian?
It's you again. What do you want?
She doesn't like us still.
Oh, I'm sorry for bothering you. I'll leave right away.
You do that.
You do that? Yeah.
I like how her hair moves. It's very unnatural and unnerving, but in a kind of fun way.
Oh my gosh, this is... You know what? I'm going to take back what I said about the original Myst being difficult to navigate. Now I see it can be much, much worse.
And if you think that's bad, you should check out their latest game. How do you walk forward in Midnight in Salem? Well, it's not as simple as you might think. First turn left, then turn right again, left, and it should eventually take you straight ahead.
Is that Magnum P.I.?
Who's Magnum P.I.?
That guy.
Not everyone who has a mustache is Magnum P.I., Peter. You gotta stop asking that.
Magnum cream pie. Or no, wait. It wasn't Magnum. I don't think. Custard cream? No. Orson's Farm.
You realize that you are trying to engage me in an inside joke of which you are the only person who's on the inside.
I don't know. You remember Garfield and Friends?
Yes, I do remember that that is a television show.
Oh. People.
It's been a while.
It's been a long while.
Getting from there to here. It's been a long walk. Something. But my time is finally here. And I can see my dreams come alive at last. Ah!
What?
I don't know about you.
Why did you just scream?
I was in character. I don't have good dreams.
You don't have good dreams?
So I see my dreams come alive.
Oh.
I just let the music move me. And if I hadn't been so tickled by my own dumb joke, I could have included you all in it.
Oh, I also have my Myst boxes. Whoops. Up there. See? Myst.
Can I imitate Kelly from The Office?
You weren't already?
I'm dying!
And also, I'm dying.
The gun. Boom! Ah! Andy! That was so loud! What happened? Dwight shot Andy.
Actually, from a garage sale, have a physical copy of Rise of the Triad Dark War.
Oh, by far the best war.
Yes.
They did it with the lights off. No.
Good that war was.
No. I'm revoking all of your Star Wars.
Respect me, you must.
No. No. I am.
Find me funny, you will.
No. You must not. No more Star Wars.
But I must.
The mouse killed Star Wars. It's dead now.
I shall
always be alive in the hearts of those who I touched.
Yoda, no! Check out the proper. But literally, if this doesn't happen in the next 2 minutes, I'm just leaving. Just like barrel rolling out of here.
Barrel rolling out of here. Okay, U-turn should mean I turn around, not I back up.
No, don't you remember? It means go forward in the last game.
No, it means exit. It means exit in the last game.
It's funny to watch you in real life and then delayed on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we have T-minus 1 minute for this to happen before Debbie does a barrel roll.
Well, it is 4 something.
I love
When
4
is
something.
exit time for most businesses?
5 o'clock?
Okay, well, I don't know how quickly time moves, but just wait until 5 o'clock. You know, we could look this up.
But I'm tired.
What time is night time? Nancy do. Nancy, it is almost 8. Holy buckets.
Yeah, I know.
Nancy do. Stay tuned for danger.
The problem is that it's one of the older games, and so it isn't as well documented how everything works.
Oh yeah, you can't buy this game anymore last I checked.
It's such a travesty.
Well, it is for a preservation standpoint. From a preservation
But for entertainment standpoint, I'm gonna go ahead and say you aren't missing much.
Preservation must be.
And what's funny is that when people talk about older Nancy Drew games, they're talking about games that I do not consider necessarily older Nancy Drew games. Because, like, this was all we had for a while.
6 p.m. is when it closes. So we're almost there. We're almost there, boys.
The 2 minutes did pass. And so if I'm going to...
It passed gas, haha.
I tell you what. I'm watching this clock. Check what time it is on that clock. It just turned 7:52. What time is it?
3... What? It's 3:30.
Oh, we are not even close.
But we totally are, though.
We're really not. Bless you. We're gonna see how much time passes in 1 minute, and then I'm going to barrel roll out of here.
Do a barrel roll.
And by that I mean kick you and then leave. I assume that's what a barrel roll is.
It's been a long something. You know what? I could have loaded Mice Men on Beth's computer, and you could have played it.
Yeah. Okay, it's been 1 minute. Check what time it is. That's not even close to what a barrel roll is. I like that she's clarifying.
15 minutes have passed.
Okay. I'll be honest, I'm not willing to wait that long.
Huh? What?
I'm not willing to wait that long.
Okay.
So I'm
Goodbye.
going to do a barrel roll, which, as I mentioned, involves kicking you.
Okay.
Okay.
That was the limpest kick!
It's like, hey, if you're going to be mean, be real mean.
I'm out of Kleenex. Could you get Kleenex on your way out?
Yeah, but I won't bring it back.
Oh, I'm not out of... Oh, I am out of Kleenex. That's just another empty box. I'm a pig. Hi. Oh, now that Naomi has left. Wee. Oink, oink. Okay.
I'm Peter.
Okay. I have no clue what I'm gonna do to pass the time. Let's see. Do I have any random games? Random games?
For the next 5 minutes, yeah, I'm gonna play a game. I don't know what.
Oh!
Did I get you?
It sort of skidded off of my head. I don't know if it got captured on camera, but my scream got captured, I'm sure. Holy buckets of bolts. What? Okay. It is 4:30 in the game. No, we're just both really tired, probably. That's probably what's going on. Well, that's not helpful. Oh, that's right, I already downloaded that game. Did it do? I did it do. Ba ba boo. I do ba 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 boo. Ba 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 boo. Ba ba dee ba 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 ba. Ba 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 dee ba 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 boo. Ba 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 ba. Seriously though, I'm just tired. It is 4:15 in the game. Yeah. I should get my headphones, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be trying a game. Have to need full screen application. It's called Luca Born of a Dream. I got it for free during Itch.io's COVID sales. And we'll see if it's any good. Oh, it looks like it might be good. Oh, that's loud. The heck did that say? Luca Born of a Dream. Difficulty sin normal, punishment normal. What? Also, why did not default to 1080p? Oh, hi there. Are you finally awake? Okay then, let's see. And just to be clear, this isn't... If I decide to play this game for real, I'm probably going to restart it, but this is just to see if it's worth... I need to know what your name is. So what's your name? A. Oh, gosh. Dead. Thank you, Dead. My name is Colin. It's so nice to finally meet you. Now I need you to promise me that no matter what happens, you will have faith in both me and in yourself. And know that everything will be okay in the end. I really hate this noise. Are you ready, Dead? I want to go back to where it began. A dream. You feel like screaming, you feel like crying, but you can't. So you breathe in, out. You muster the courage to open your eyes. A vast expanse it threatens to consume. You can't help but feel you've been here before. You can't help but feel the text went way too fast. But you know you must move forward, you must fight. It's all you know. Track 1, Cradle. Health restored, progress saved. So, I'm guessing this is a Souls-like. Oh, what did I do to... Oh, stamina out. Whoa, what the... These noises are very annoying. A voice echoes in your ear. Light attacks are weak, but fast and consume little stamina. Chain light attacks together to form combos that end in a powerful finishing attack. Okay. Gosh, this game is hard on the ears. Voice echoes in your ear. Heavy attacks are strong and can break an enemy's guard, but consume more stamina. and chain them for similar. Okay, you can lay off the judginess. It's like there are like deep games that aren't really. Wait, right bumper rewind? What? A voice echoes in your ear. Rewinds give you a second chance at any encounter. When you use a rewind, your health and charge are restored to the state they were when began the fight. Use rewinds to erase a battle that is going poorly. Okay. And I go this way for some reason. Oh, dead person. Familiar attack. Familiars can attack with long-range magic at the cost of charge. Recover charge by hitting enemies with light and heavy attacks. Blah blah blah. Right, dodge. Ooh, stamina out. Dodges provide brief invulnerability to enemy attacks. Hold the dodge button to sprint at... Oh, I can sprint? Oh, cool. Health restored, progress saved, rewinds restored. How do I know how many rewinds I have? Oh, is that thing in the lower left? Examine found material. Mantras represent different attack styles you can utilize. Oh, hey. The Nancy Drew game's done. So yeah, oh my gosh. It's not letting me exit. Well, I have a trick for that. Okay. I like the visual. I think the visuals of the game have something going for them, but the sound design is beyond atrocious. That was like literally painful to listen to. But anyway, let's switch to the other view. We're back. What? 6 o'clock and the door is still open. Oh, okay. Save game. PD. Save. And done. Okay, well, thanks for joining us. I realize that this stream ended a lot weirder than normal. But still, thanks for sticking with us, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.